I'm on the second floor, office, right next to the post office, and I've got windows all around me and I can see downtown great. As I continued to look at those windows every day, I could just see continual deterioration. And it just broke my heart because I've been here all my life. I grew up as a kid here. Pineville's my home. I'm proud of Pineville. I want to see it do good. But the one thing that really got my attention, I had family come in from Western Kentucky for a funeral one day. And they said, "Scott, what happened to your town?" I said, "Well, what do you mean? People were leaving, we're losing jobs, people don't want to invest any money. You can't hardly blame them. Everybody's leaving." And it just, that statement never left me. And as I would sit on that second floor and I'd look out that window, and just seemed like every week, every month, it got worse. And I just kind of made up my mind, for people to buy in this, we have to personally, what skin in the game are we going to put in it?
Mayor MADON and I tried to come up with different ways that we could help people to start their own businesses and to get out and to take that chance. Small business owners, some of these creative people that had an idea that needed just a little push to take the leap of faith to open their own business in Pineville. At the same time, we noticed all the dilapidated buildings and the property owners that needed a little push or a reason to clean up their properties. We developed the Pineville's incentive package. The incentive package ties in a whole group of people and organizations in Eastern Kentucky that have a vested interest in the growth of downtown Pineville. The Small Business Development Center at Southeast Community College is the first step in the incentive package process, and then they can present that to several different lenders in the area. There are several small banks and financial institutions that have provided great interest rates. Pineville Utility Commission offers them 90 days of water services. They install taps. POF Carting is our garbage contractor, and they provide roll-off dumpsters and have provided garbage services for the first 90 days during construction as well for the property owners. The Pineville City Council passed a tax moratorium. The tax moratorium freezes the property rate for 5 years for the property owner. So there's properties that have been bought that are valued at $40,000, and then once the remodel is finished, the property is valued, well into six figures. It will be taxed at that $40,000 for 5 years. All of the resources are here in Eastern Kentucky. Sometimes it's just pointing the people in the right direction.
I guess the easiest way to start is why we're doing what we're doing, and that's because we live here. I've been fortunate to live in bigger cities, grew up in Pineville, but kind of knew, hey, I enjoy doing this in Lexington, hey, I enjoy doing that in Knoxville. Why can't we do these in Pineville? So having those experiences in all the different big cities, you kind of develop a vision of how that can be implemented at home. And I'm going to live here the rest of my life. I plan to, so why not? I graduated from law school in 2011, and I came back and I hung a shingle and started my law practice. My wife was a year behind me, so after she graduated, we wanted to bring some retail to the city because there wasn't any. We found the old City Hall building. The building had the historic aesthetics to it. It was, it's a beautiful building, so we wanted to not tear it down and not build up a metal building or something that would not fit within the scheme of the Courthouse Square. So we kind of we used the layout, and we used every square inch of it to put different businesses in. Ultimately, we moved our law firm here, but we have the cigar shop. It's called Council Chamber Cigars. It's in the Council Chamber room. We have Old City Loft. It's the boutique downstairs, and it's a women's clothing boutique. And we have City Salon. Next to us is Appalachian Massage Therapy. So these are services and retail goods that we would go to Lexington or Knoxville to enjoy or to get. We have that here. We brought that here, and that's what small towns have to do. And we found another set of buildings that had been dilapidated for 10 or 15 years. We took that block and we said, hey, this would be a good commercial space, 4 or 5 retail commercial spaces downstairs, but we need something else to help fund the renovation project and to help bring people to downtown Pineville. So we decided to do some condominium loft-style apartments upstairs. So we did those first, and we leased those out almost immediately. Everybody said, "You're crazy, you're not going to lease luxury or semi-luxury apartments in Pineville." Well, they thought I was crazy because nobody had ever tried it. We tried it, it worked, and now we're continuing to do that. We're developing more properties. And the vision is to tap into our natural resources and to cause tourists, to cause people from other places to spend their money here. We have in Harlan, Black Mountain, the highest point in the state of Kentucky. You know, we have the first state park, Pine Mountain State Park.
Pineville, one of the key components that's driven our downtown revitalization has been the development of the Appalachian Wildlife Center, which SOAR was instrumental in seeing through that this project would come to fruition for Eastern Kentucky and the region as a whole.
The Wildlife Reserve is going to be huge for this area. We're currently trying to prepare for the influx of tourism that we're going to get from that. And that's one of the reasons that I'm doing what I'm doing and others are doing what they're doing. You know, they're projecting 800,000 people. If we get 400,000, if we get 100,000, that's a game changer for us. So when we talk about vision, I'm not talking about just business owners or just developers. You have to have a community that has vision as well.
There is a life, there are more opportunities here in Appalachia than what people once realized. I think that those are being created through different organizations in the region. Different opportunities are being created for people to stick around. People are starting to believe that there is a future in Appalachia.